A new day dawns over Riften as once again. The morning brings in a certain misery for a particular citizen of the Rift. For Lydia has never felt this burden of hopelessness before, as she must now adjust to being forced to work in the skooma business, an occupation that Lydia never thought she would be associated with. And so we continue the story of Lydia of Riften.
Am I truly a product of the environment that I've been brought up in? I'm not a thief. I'm not a murderer. I've endured life in the Ratway and managed to survive as a prostitute. But facing Vasha is the hardest thing I've ever done, let alone working for him. And all because of this poison right here. And I bet this poison will numb all my worries away. But my commitment to Lady Mara is stronger than anything that comes in a vial. And Lady Mara knows I'm stronger than that.
Lydia tries to remain strong as she turns away the temptation of skooma and heads to the one place where she can find true healing. But Lydia's restlessness gets the best of her as she recalls what happened the last time when she was here.
Who am I kidding? I can't go in there. Not after how I revealed to Wulfur who I really am. I know Lady Mara will forgive me, but I can't forgive myself for lying to Wulfur the way I did. Until then, I am unworthy of Mara's blessing.
And so, Lydia turns away from the Temple of Mara as her shame from yesterday's events begin to make her distraught. She then returns to the docks and looks back out onto the water as her mind continues to remain uneasy. For it would appear that everywhere that Lydia goes, she is reminded of her misery.
Mara's mercy. She's fallen for him?
For it appears that Sibi has hid his vicious side very well to the public, and especially to his new girlfriend, Svidi. For this young bard has no idea how corrupt the Blackbriars really are, as she buys into Sibi's charming personality. A charming personality that Svidi has truly yet to witness, and one that Lydia knows all too well. Vasha's influence in the Rift doesn't only affect Lydia, but others as well, as a vile Khajiit like him would surely have more victims. For the title of Defiler of Daughters comes to mind when it comes to another citizen of Riften, one who also never spoke of the vile Khajiit's actions. Maven's very own daughter, Ingun Blackbriar. For Ingun is an inspiring alchemist who has always turned a blind eye to the corrupt Blackbriar dealings, never wanting to participate in the family business as she prefers to pursue her own goals and ambitions. But on this day, Ingun would be reminded on why she chose alchemy over the family business, as a certain Khajiit approaches the youngest Blackbriar.
I wonder what ingredients I can pick out today for my experiments.
My, have you ripened into a beautiful young woman. You have grown plenty since I've been away, little Ingun.
What? What was that? No, that can't be... You weren't supposed to come back.
What's wrong, little Ingun? Do you not recognize your favorite uncle? It's me, Uncle Vasha.
I know who you are, Vasha. There are some people you don't forget, no matter how much you wish you could.
Come on, Ingun. Let us let bygones be bygones, yes? Besides, this is not the way you want to greet your uncle, no?
What are you doing here? I thought the people who killed my dad were after you. You really shouldn't be here.
Is that a hint of concern that Vasha detects from my dear Ingun? Because you need not worry yourself with my well-being. Vasha can assure you, he is more than capable of taking care of himself. But you already knew that, didn't you, Ingun?
I guess. But you didn't tell me why you were here. What are you doing here in Riften?
Perhaps Vasha has returned to the rift for you, young Ingun.
For me? Why?
You see, Vasha knows you have a vast knowledge in alchemy, and perhaps your skills may be of use for specialized ingredients that Vasha could use, yes? Ingredients that could help elevate my new business.
You mean your skooma business? I'll do no such thing. I'm not stupid, Vasha. I knew you and my dad used to run a skooma business out the old warehouse, and I'll have no part of it. Unlike my brothers, I chose not to take part in the family business.
Is that right, Ingun?
Vasha, please.
You forget that Vasha takes what he wants and when he wants. And if you think your Blackbriar name can save you, then you are dearly mistaken.
Please, please don't make me follow in my father's footsteps.
I should have turned you into a whore. But out of respect for your father, I will let you be.
Stop it! Don't touch me!
Get over yourself, Ingun. No one here cares about your trauma. Do yourself and Vasha a favor and make sure what we discussed remains between us. Or else Vasha will assure you that our next engagement will not be pretty. So if you don't mind, Vasha needs to go find some more whores to cook for him. Oh yes.
He's a monster.
Ingun Blackbriar falls to her knees as she is reminded of Vasha's wrath. Tears running down her face, as it appears to be a repeating pattern with Vasha's victims. And now that Vasha has a foothold in the rift, there's no telling how many more will become a victim of his. But unfortunately, the rift would be home to more victims other than Vasha's, for it would appear that more evil forces are at play in Riften as Lydia continues to search for hope. Unknown to another evil that was right under her nose. For Thane Aaron has returned with the package, and with someone of interest.
Wait, I've seen him before. He's that Thane who lost his housecarl. And he's not known for giving a damn. So I wonder who's that woman he's carrying.
Thane Aaron continues his way to the temple as he wishes to restore the health of this wounded Nord. For it would appear that Thane Aaron has plans for this Nord, plans that no soul should ever have to endure. But Lydia continues to mind her own business, as she knows that she is hopeless to help, even in her own situation. Letting the day go about as the Thane continues to the temple.
Hello, Father. This lady needs help. Care to lend a hand?
Of course, my child. Bring her this way at once. Just a bit longer, my child. I've managed to close her wounds, but she will need time to recover. Who is this woman?
Oh, just some adventurer, I'm sure. In fact, I'm hoping to make her my new steward.
Are you sure that's wise, Thane? After all, the choice will be hers.
Actually, it won't be. It will be mine. But that's enough of that. Just do your job and make sure she's taken care of. I'll come back and see how she's doing later.
Father Erendur could feel a dark presence within the Thane, as the priest stood speechless. For even Father Erendur knew that a horrible fate lied in stored for this unfortunate soul. But Thane Eren also has obligations to meet first, before he could be rewarded with any playtime.
You were supposed to deliver the package first, not come here and play hero.
Don't get your undergarments in a bunch, will ya? I needed to do something first before I dropped off your precious package.
Whatever. That's your business. But I assume you had no trouble at Stonehills? Because my mother needs them alive.
No trouble at all. Here, take it so that I can stop looking at that face of yours.
It would behoove you to show a little respect when dealing with a Blackbriar. You're only a Thane because of my mother. Don't forget your place.
Yeah. Speaking of your mother, I think she's calling you now. Now be a good boy and make sure she gets that package.
Tread carefully, little man.
The package that has brought Sibby Blackbriar so much stress is finally within his hands. For this was the final ingredient needed before Vasha's new skooma could be mass-produced. And as the sun begins to set, Lydia again continues to find herself restless. For she knows that she must soon report in for her new role as a skooma cook for Vasha. An occupation that Lydia would do anything to escape from. But before she departs for Redwater Den, someone will be having words with Lydia first.
Hey Lydia, it's been a while.
I'm sorry, Sviti. I just have a lot on my plate at the moment.
So I'm told. Listen, Lydia. I'm not here to judge you. I already knew what your line of work was. I just didn't want to say anything to my brother, Wolfer. Well, you know, because he likes you. And having him find out the way he did was not ideal for anyone. I don't mean to take up much of your time, Lydia. I just want to wish you well on whatever it is that you want in life. May Lady Mara bring you everything you deserve.
I'm sorry about how Wolfer found out. I never wanted to hurt him like that. But sooner or later, you're going to have to wake up, Sviti. Sibby Blackbriar is not a good man by any means.
You're wrong about Sibby. The Blackbriars are just misunderstood. That's all.
Are they, Sviti? Just look around you.
You're wrong, Lydia. And I didn't come here to debate that with you. I just wanted to give you some support because you look like you can use some help.
Thanks, Sviti. But no thanks. Lady Mara will guide me. Take care of yourself.
And so another potential friendship ends for Lydia, as Sviti watches Lydia walk away. Something that Sviti should be doing to the Blackbriars herself, as she refuses to listen to gossip and rumors about Sibby. But as Lydia walks away, she tries to find with her own logic and reasoning for Sviti wanting to stay with Sibby, coming to her own conclusion. And that conclusion is that it may be best for Sviti to see it for herself. And so, Lydia tries to clear her mind as she proceeds to journey to Redwater Den. But as Lydia continues her way to Redwater Den, Vasha would soon too begin to make his way there, as he finds more recruits that are willing and able to work for Vasha.
What gives, Janalor? Riften used to be filled with whores. This the best you can come up with, no?
Sorry, boss. The rest of them want to stay at the brothel. You can go on and head back. I will make sure they arrive at the den safely. We don't want to take a chance with you being out in the open like this.
If the Daggerfall Syndicate wish to test my blade, they have but to ask. Besides, I would take it as a direct insult if someone didn't make an attempt on my life on a regular basis. So, let the Syndicate come.
As you wish, boss. I got your back.
Good. Now let us go.
And so Vasha and Janalor begin their journey back to Redwater Den. But when it comes to Vasha, nothing in the rift is ever that simple.
Quick! Vasha needs a shield! So the Syndicate send the Red Guards to do their dirty work? This is unforgivable. They too will know my wrath. Keep this one alive so that she may suffer a fate worse than death. Tell me, assassin, who am I?
The Defiler of Daughters! And you will pay for what you did to our king's daughter!
Oh, so the Syndicate did not send you then? Oh well. I guess Vasha does have a reputation to maintain after all. And unfortunately for you, your death will not come easy. For you will learn what it means to cross this one. The one you call the Defiler of Daughters.
Either kill me or release me. But do not waste my time with your pitiful words, Gato.
Brave words for a Red Guard who is about to meet their maker.
And so, Vasha again proves to be a formidable foe to face head-on, as he again slays more assassins. For Vasha will use the fate of the captured Red Guard assassin to set an example for others who may dare to cross him. A fate that may reveal how he became to be known as the Defiler of Daughters. A title that just so happens to be known by one of the Blackbriars, as the evening sets in at the Blackbriar residence. For on this evening, Sibby brings Svidi to formally introduce his family to her, as they all have dinner together with the entire Blackbriar family. But one particular Blackbriar doesn't seem too excited to meet Sibby's new love interest, as her run-in with Vasha has left her in an unpleasant mood.
And that's why we continue the tradition of using Golden Glow honey in our recipe. We sponsor and keep our employees that have been loyal to us through the many years of our success. Without them, there would be no Blackbriar name.
Thanks for clearing that part up, Mother. Svidi hears all types of gossip about us, and I wanted to assure her that she has nothing to worry about.
I must say Sibby has a good neck for the well-being of his employees. He's always making sure all the employees at the meadery and brothel are well taken care of. I guess that it means that he just has a big heart.
Our employees are the most important asset in any Blackbriar establishment. Of course, over the years, we may have lost some workers who became deranged and started to spread rumors about us, trying to tarnish our name. But as you can see, the Blackbriars still remain strong as I pass on my teachings to my children, hoping that they too will be ready to take over the family business when the time comes.
It's not easy being a Blackbriar, that's for sure. We give so much to the people and yet, they try and ruin our name at any chance they get. But we're a strong family. Our mother has made sure of that.
Yes, Hemming. You all are a strong family. I just wish my brother could be here right now, so that he can see what I see. But he insisted on staying in tonight.
I wish I could have skipped dinner tonight, too.
What was that, daughter of mine? Is there something you wish to share with our guest for the evening?
No, Mother, not at all. It just would have been nice to know that Uncle Vasha returned to Riften. That's all.
Uncle Vasha?
Ingun, now is not the time to discuss business associates. Can't we all just enjoy our dinner without you throwing a tantrum?
You're right. I'm sorry. I think I just need to be alone for a while. Please, excuse me. It was nice meeting you, Sviti.
It's been a pleasure too, Ingun.
I wonder what's gotten into her.
Oh, let her be. I'm sure she's just stressed from her recent alchemy experiments. She'll be back to normal in no time. I'm sure of it.
It was at this moment that Maven realized that she had been blind this whole time regarding incidents that happened in this very home long ago. Thinking that her late husband had left a mark on her daughter when it was his business associate Vasha. A line that Maven will make sure is never crossed again. But as Ingun returned to her room to gather her thoughts about Vasha's return, her mother would already be in the process of eliminating the new threat that has returned to Riften. Because after the confrontation with Vasha at the brothel, Maven has already made arrangements to see her former business associate vanish and leave the rift for good. Even going as far as to conduct the Black Sacrament. For it would appear that Maven is serious about eliminating this vile Khajiit.
You called, Maven? About damn time. Best not to keep me waiting, Astrid.
I'll keep that under advisement, Maven. So, who's the target?
I wouldn't be so coy if I were you.
And why is that, Maven?
Because this is possibly the most dangerous Khajiit you will ever face, that's why. His name is Vasha. He goes under the alias of Gato. He runs a skooma operation northwest out of Riften, and he's made the mistake of crossing me for the last time. This Khajiit needs to be dealt with immediately and with the highest precaution. Is this understood?
A cat that dangerous is sure to have more enemies than you. So how did we get so lucky?
The truth is, you're not. The Daggerfall Syndicate have already sent assassins after him, but failed. Even the Red Guards are involved and have also fallen to him. Facing him head-on will likely result in your own death, so you'll have to get clever to get him.
Sounds like my type of cat. But of course, a task this dangerous is going to cost you double the fee.
Consider it done. Just make sure that he's dead.
Good. We'll be in touch.
For the sake of your faction, you better have a plan. Vasha's skill in combat is not to be underestimated.
Don't worry, Maven. This is what we do. Remember?
And so, Maven hires the Dark Brotherhood to get to Vasha. For there have been many assassins sent after the vile Khajiit, who have all become unsuccessful so far. But when it comes to Maven Blackbriar, one can only assume she would hire the best in the business. Back at Vasha's skooma den, Lydia appears to be hard at work, as a set of suspicious eyes seem to be glued upon her. Eyes of the vampiric kind, as they look upon her as if she were meat to be feasted upon. But as long as Lydia kept to herself and did what she was told, she would be left alone. But there were many parts of this operation that Lydia did not understand, wondering if there was a way to permanently leave this den. But as Lydia's shift comes to an end, she would see that there was a new visitor inside the den. One who was being put inside a cell.
All of you will soon share the same fate.
Not today, assassin.
Send for the others. Make sure they give her the full treatment. Vasha's example must be harsh.
As you wish, boss.
Come with me, whore.
Yes, sir.
Lydia, my favorite worker. You're done for the night.
That red guard you brought in, why is she in a cell?
Do not involve yourself in matters that do not pertain to you. Just bring your product to Yanneler and collect your coin. That is all you need to be worried about, Lydia. Is this understood?
Yes, sir. Understood.
By surrender, I swear. These whores never learn.
Lydia does as she's told once more, as Vasha begins to keep a close eye on her questions. And although Lydia knows better than to ask such questions in a place like this, her good-hearted spirit can't help but to wonder what the purpose of the Red Guard's role will be. And to know what purpose it will serve.
Good work, Lydia. Your coin is on the office desk. Same time tomorrow. Don't be late. Do you need an escort back home?
No, thank you. I'll manage on my own.
You, over there. Come here, now.
Are you talking to me? Who? Who are you?
There's a torch on that pillar behind you. Take it and throw it in here at once.
What? No! You can be killed! Who are you and why are you in this cell?
You clearly do not know Gato's ways. Best to die by my own choosing than what he has in store for me.
But you'll be burned alive.
Some fates are worse than death.
Is she going to be a problem?
Lydia, step away from the prisoner. Now.
I'm sorry. I can't help you.
Lydia walks away from the captured Red Guard as her heart begins to fill with grief, realizing that this prisoner wished to be burned alive instead than to face what Vasha has in store for her. For Lydia once again is too afraid to help, too afraid to get involved, as she fears what the repercussions would be, as she should be when dealing with Vasha. Lydia then puts back on her clothing as she begins to stare at the satchel of gold left for her, looking at the coin as if it were a root of all problems associated with all of Skyrim and beyond.
I don't care if it's more coin than the brothel. That coin is tainted, and I refuse to take part in someone else's misery. I'll manage without it.
Lydia walks away from her payment, as the thought of accepting coin in the skooma trade repulses her. But Lydia would soon be reminded that there is more evil here than what skooma can do.
So what do you say, boss? Up for a trade?
You would sell your own daughter for skooma. What type of Khajiit do you take Vasha for?
No, don't let him. Please, gods, no.
But you know what? This one, Vasha likes. So maybe we have a deal, yes?
Outstanding, boss. I'm sure she won't disappoint you.
Lydia immediately walks away again, as her heart begins to sink to the floor. The sheer thought of Vasha taking the innocence of a child makes her almost vomit as she witnesses Vasha grooming the child. The same way she was groomed as the painful memories begin to disorient her judgment, walking away as she sees how evil one being can be. But be that as it may, Lydia is lucky to not witness the harshness of Vasha's wrath as she walks by his mercenaries. For these cutthroats have been called for a specific reason. A reason that no soul should ever endure.
Boss says she gets the full treatment.
Don't worry, we'll do our part. Isn't that right, sweetheart?
Do what you will, Marauder, but you'll get no satisfaction from me.
Good. That's just the way I like it. Let's give it to her, guys.
Lydia steps out of Redwater Den as she tries to refrain from bursting into tears. Her thoughts still burdened by what she saw, as she is completely unaware of the mercenaries she just walked by. The ones who were sent to make an example of the captured Redguard as they defile her to death. For Lydia has witnessed much evil on this night and looks up into the night skies for answers. But all she finds are more questions.
Lady Mara, Mother Goddess of Love, Handmaiden to Kine, please, show me a path away from this life. A path where I can be the person I was meant to be. Through your embrace, I know I can find a way. I just need to know where to look. Please.
Lydia can no longer contain her tears, as she has never felt so helpless before. For this world that she's been thrown into was not meant for the kind-hearted such as herself, as she begins to return back to Riften alone. But as she began to return to Riften, it would turn out that she was not alone.
Looks like we're going to need all hands on this one.
For it would appear that the solution to Lydia's problem had been right in front of her this whole time. A solution that gives Lydia what she always wanted, a way out.